All right, so the first thing I want you to know in this business development, because with business, it always starts with yourself. You can't begin a business or start a company without you. So the first thing I want you to know, genuinely, is that you lack nothing. I'm gonna say it one more time. You lack nothing. And I know you're probably like, okay, I do lack stuff because I don't have the camera that I want, or I don't have a $15,000 grant to start my business. You really don't need that to start. You really don't. I pinky swear, promise you don't. So the thing is about you lacking nothing, I really want you to know that, because a lot of times in society makes us feel like we need to have all of this stuff to begin. We need to have money, followers, all different types of clothing lines, that we need to have everything in order to start, but we really don't. All you need to do is have your mind and also have faith in yourself that you can literally accomplish anything that you set your mind to. So knowing, once you begin the process of building a business, if you have the mindset of, you know, I'm not lacking anything, it's going to be so much smoother, because you're not going to run into the bumps of, oh, well, darn it, I don't have enough money for this, or oh, I don't have enough followers for this, no one's going to buy my product. Yes, they will. But you just have to believe in yourself. So that's number one. The second point I want you guys to know is that the future you is now. And you're probably like, you know, what does that mean? And that person that, like, that mogul that you see, that person that is like, man, I'm gonna make it, like, I gotta just hustle. No. You're that person right now. All you have to do is work into the place where you want to be. And when I say work into that place, if you're trying to be a photographer, bro, take your camera everywhere you go. If you want to be a writer, start a blog. There are so many different free avenues that you can write. You can write on Facebook, do blogs on Facebook, do blogs on Medium, which is, I think they charge like $5 a month now. But you can do like little mini blogs and like send them out and on people's email. So many different ways that you can be you, but you just have to stop limiting yourself. Recognize that you're the mogul that you think that you are right now. Like, you're literally you right now. Gary Vee, is it Gary?
Huge mistake. You don't want the same thing your friends want. So why do you care what they have?
Gary Vee, yeah, Gary Vee, the dude who's like the entrepreneur guy. He's been that way. He was that way when he worked at McDonald's. I've always been this way. You've always been this person. But the thing is, you have got to work yourself into the lane that you want to be in. TD Jakes was prepared for the place that he was in, that he got to. Nene Leakes was prepared for the place that she got to. Even Famous Kid Brick, if y'all don't know who Famous Kid Brick is, he is this dope local artist from St. Pete. But now he's not even local, like, he's international. He's gone across the world rapping. And you'll be like, well, you know, all he doing is rapping, like, blah, 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 blah. But this dude is a branding mogul. He does sponsorships. Like, he just got sponsored by EchoBox. If you're wondering who EchoBox is, I'll put the link down below. But I'm just saying, like, if you want to get somewhere, you have got to get busy. You cannot sit on your butt. You can't sit, like, you know, scrolling on Instagram all the time. Man, I want to be that, like, man, dang. You got to clear that mindset out. Because in order for you to get to where you want to go, you have to do what you need to do. If that means you got to spend $75 and go sit with a financial planner, I don't care if you got $25 in the bank account right now and your car is about to be repossessed. I've been there. All I'm saying is prepare yourself for when it comes, so that when it comes, you ain't, you know, spending money and throwing No. You got to be wise. You have to be wise. You know, God's not gonna put something on you that you can't bear. That saying is not always pain and agony. But no, seriously, God's not going to give you something if you're not going to be able to handle it. God's not gonna give you $1 million if you don't even know how to give to the poor. God's not gonna give you $1 million if you don't even know how to write down your stuff. Even if you aren't a Christian, or even if you aren't spiritual, it's about the law of reciprocity. Reciprocity means what you put out, you get in. If I'm putting out positive energy, if I'm putting out positivity, if I'm putting out, you know, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get this plan right, you know, in 5 years, this is where I'm gonna be, boom, it's going to happen. But you gotta get out that mindset of, you know, I'm gonna just wait for it to come. Like, I'm just waiting for my big break. I'm waiting on Oprah. No. And when Oprah calls you, she's gonna wanna see your portfolio. She's gonna want to see that you have your stuff together. That's really what business development is, because a lot of times people are always focused on the logistics of business or getting great. Oh, I got to build up my credit. Oh, I got to do this. No, you got to get through your mind first. Get through all of that stuff that you've been through. A lot of times we don't get to the place where we want to be because we're so stuck in ourselves, on ourselves, because people used to make fun of me when I was growing up. I ain't gonna never be nothing. My mama said I ain't gonna never. My mama ain't say that, but my mama said I ain't never gonna be nothing. My auntie was always racking on me. Blah, 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 blah. All that stuff don't matter at a certain point in your life. At a certain point in your life, it's up to you to get the things that you want to do out into this world. If you want to be a fashion designer, a fashion stylist, start styling your friends. If you want to be a singer, start going to those gigs that you don't really want, those gigs that are free. Stop putting yourself on this pedestal that you're not really at. And that was something that I had to really get over, because I was like, man, child, I ain't gonna do no more free photography work because I'm over it. Like, this church called me, no, I need y'all to pay me. But at the end of the day, it's like, once you get to a certain point, you're gonna have that good relationship with that entity or whoever contacted you, because it's like, man, I know I can trust Janessa. Now she's, sitting with Oprah and I can still call on her. You have to learn how to build relationships equivalently, like on the same level as you. Not saying that you're never going to be on the Nene Leakes level, but even if Nene Leakes called you tomorrow or TD Jakes called you tomorrow, even Tyler Perry or Oprah, they're going to be like, okay, great, we want you to do this, but what are some recent works that you've been involved in? Oh, what was the last movie that you've been in? We're not even gonna go to the Monique situation. But what was the last thing that you've done that was of relevance or of importance or, in the lane that you're wanting to go into? You gotta think about all that. My bottom line is just get ready to receive. Get your mind right. Get your body right. You want to be a model? Get your body right, woman of God, man of God, whoever you are. Get your body right. While we're talking about being ready to receive, one thing I've always taken a lot of precaution of was how my appearance. And of course, that's from growing up in church and making sure you look like a woman of God and all that stuff, but it even kind of goes into business as well. Because if you think about, let me close my computer, I'm sorry. When you think about being a business owner or being a fashion designer or a rapper or, any type of person that owns something or any type of person that, embodies something, it has to embody you. So if you want to be a professional, you have to look professional. I can show you pictures of me when I was in middle school. I wore dress shirts to school with watches. Like I love watches. And I wore dress shirts to school with the glasses and the watches and the briefcases, and I was in 6th and 7th grade. But I knew I wanted to be this thing. I knew that this is the thing that I wanted. So it even goes down to you. You have to embody that thing. If you're an artsy-fartsy person and you're trying to be a fashion designer or a curator or anything like that, look like it. I don't want to be designed by someone who look messy. And I mean, everywhere you go. We have to learn how to embody the person that we want to be. Embody the lane that we're trying to go on. Like we're not going to be able to get there if we're not prepared. And even down to your dress, embodying the person, your person, that's all a part of being prepared. Prime example, if you're trying to be, the next big preacher, can you go and be around people and not have your name in any scandal? Not to go to Fashion Week in Milan and all your friends around you, like not your friends, but the people that you with there, they snort crack, coke. Would you be able to be around that and withstand all of that? It's more, we got to think bigger, because it's more than money. I'm not talking about just being financially stable and having a financial plan, but can you handle the societal pressure of status? When it comes to having status, to having popularity, to having avenues where it's just you and your thing going, it comes with a lot of weight, and that pressure's heavy. You gotta know that you can handle that, man. Tasha Cobbs call you tomorrow. Sis, I just need you to pray with me. This is what's going on in my life. Blah, 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 blah. Can Can you handle that? And I keep giving different scenarios because I want, across the board, I want y'all all to know. Even if you're trying to go into politics, Keisha Bottoms tell you what's going on in our household. You can't go around telling people that their business. And that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us are not on the level that we want to be, because we can't keep our mouths shut. You wonder why you can't go to Carnegie Hall or go to the Apollo in New York or wherever is popular, because you can't keep your mouth shut. It goes bigger than status and money and materialistic things. But can you be trusted? Can anyone trust you? I'm just asking for a friend. Can your mama trust you? Can your daddy trust you? Can your bank trust you to pay your bills on time? Like, I'm just coming out of a really, really rough year where my car was almost repossessed. Like, child ain't had no money. But I paid that $750 when it was due, so they wouldn't repossess my car. Like, and I'm not trying to like down you and trying to make me seem like I'm any higher, but these are all things that I had to go through personally. These are personal experiences with trust, with materialistics, with relationships, with knowing how to manage your money, with, knowing how to kind of deal with the area that you're in. Because if you can't deal, you're not going to be successful. You're going to be just like, let's just see someone who openly fell. Just like, kind of like Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan was in a really, she was good. She did Parent Trap. She was all over, like, doing, acting as a kid. And then she all of a sudden fell off the map because she started doing drugs. And she's very open about that. She talks about her sobriety, so this is no tea. I'm not spilling no information, but she talks about her sobriety now. Chris Brown, he's very open. Everyone knew that, he had the whole mishap with Rihanna. That's my thing. But can you handle being on a good level? What if you were in the car with Chris Brown when that happened, even though they were in a Lamborghini two-seater? But what if you were in the car with them? And child, that would have made your career, to call the Shade Room and be like, girl, Shade Room, this is what I just found out about Chris Brown, and I got it on video. Boom. That's $10,000 right there. Followers. But what it really took you putting out somebody else's business just to get to that? That's not the type of business people that I'm looking to birth. I don't want none of that. I can keep all that. But it comes with having integrity, having the spirit of truth, and it's all about, I'm telling you, that law of reciprocity. What you put out is gonna come back. If you're putting out negativity or getting, climbing up the corporate ladder the wrong way, it's not gonna last. It's really not. That's just like if I planted a flower in the wrong type of soil, it's not going to grow. It's gonna grow a little bit. It might sprout a few leaves, but in a couple months, that flower gonna be gone. It's gonna be dead. It's gonna be limp. It's not gonna be worth anything to the consumer. People who buy flowers know exactly what I'm talking about. If you plant a certain seed in certain soil, it's not gonna grow because it needs a certain environment. So your gift, your business, your commerce, your child, you want to make lamps, I don't know, whatever you want to make, whatever it is, it has to grow in a certain environment. So you, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a inspiring motivational speaker, as a photographer, as a car salesman, whatever you are, a nurse, doctor, it's going to come with integrity. Do not get to some point where you're way up because you done climbed on the backs of everybody else. That's not how it works. And we got a lot more content to cover. All right. So I appreciate y'all for watching. I really, really